There's a few things you need to know about me. One, I'm a filthy Australian. And two, I'm a bit of a pussy. And three, so I was bored one day, and after hours of playing Greg Tech, I decided that I wanted to try something new. And I saw a mod pack called Fear Nightfall on the featured page of Forge. Smugly, I downloaded the pack knowing that I, a Sigma male, couldn't be scared of such childish things like Minecraft. After all, it isn't real. Boy, was I so fucking wrong. What followed suit was raw, primal gameplay of a man searching for his own survival. And not once did I enjoy my experience. Not once could I be caught relaxing or taking a break. But I'd be damned not to admit that it was fucking fun. Fear Nightfall is a Minecraft experience like no other. You get 40-minute day and 20-minute night cycles that feel more like 10, and you're encouraged to get a fucking move on from the get-go. The premise of Fear Nightfall? Survival. Sleeping is no longer an option, which we'll figure out later, and you must build strong borders to protect yourself from the plethora of uninvited guests from committing non-consented atrocities to your body. Naturally, I created my worlds in hardcore as I am a real gamer, and foolishly assumed that I would be in fact the alpha of this world. But within seconds of starting, Creeper decided to show me that I in fact was quite wrong. With the first world gone forever, I decided to start my next world whilst locked the fuck in. I started out in a fantastic place, lots of trees in a flat area with a lake in the center, a fantastic spot to hold out. I then went about gathering wood, coal and other resources and started building my very own lake house. With walls, a mine, farms and iron gear, I was struck with misplaced confidence to continue into the night. Complete with an interior tree, glass windows and high-tech security measures. Let me finally breathe. This world was evil and I'd finally get some much needed downtime before the nightfall. To my surprise, nothing was hanging around. Music was blasting in my ears, signaling impending doom. Yet, nothing came. Not like your girlfriend. Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll... In my foolish stupor, I accidentally clicked on my bed, summoning Jeff the Killer, who was both willing and fucking qualified to end my measly existence from this world with precision. And alas, the pitfalls of 1.9 combat meant that I couldn't get enough distance between myself and the assailant, marking the end of my second world. Finally, I was struck with true sight, and I knew what needed to be done. Upon creating my new world, I rushed to find shelter in the form of a tent and a campfire. Little did I know that campfire and surrounding barley would come in fucking clutch. Let's get back to the canon timeline. In my uber brain moment, I decided that instead of creating a shelter with necessary security implementations to keep myself safe, I was going to create Kitten's Ranch with a more open concept exterior, a decision that I would come to surely regret. With masses of trees at my disposal, I began wreaking havoc on the surrounding flora and fauna. Creating a fence perimeter around my base, I was proud of what I had accomplished, a testament to show that I won't let fear get the better of me, an open invitation to those who wish me harm to show their faces at my doorstep. Speaking of the gate, at this gate I was greeted with my first hostile mob, a zombie kitted to the teeth with golden armor, and I wanted a piece of that Kit Kat bar, and killed it with pure hatred. Before nightfall, I made an effort to go exploring. And whilst I did see that creeper in the distance, I wasn't worried, as I'm a skillful and pro gamer. And I know that I was ready to face... And with my head hung low, I proceeded to walk the walk of shame back to the safety of my humble abode. And with my confidence shattered, I decided that it probably was time to make it a little less inviting. With a safer form of shelter, and after I got my ass beat off screen by a witch, I began my mining journey, which fucking rocked. I don't know who the composer was for this mod, but they outdid themselves. I'm both terrified and fucking pumped every single time I hear these music pieces, whatever. Anyway, my luck wasn't exactly ideal when going mining, with outside not being much of an option and cave exploring most definitely off the cards, and don't worry, you'll see why later. I was making slow progress, finding pockets of redstone and lapis with small amounts of iron and coal as well. Redstone, according to JEI, seems to be an important part of this pack. I haven't done any research into it, so if anyone knows any tips on it, please let me know in the comments, because this mod pack doesn't even have a fucking wiki yet, and I'm quite lost. As I climbed further down into the deepest pits of my mind, the more unsettling the music became. And the more schizophrenic I became too. I swore I heard footsteps, other blocks being broken, and voices when I went down, and before long, I understood why. If you see in this clip, I become very panicked and look around a lot, and there is a reason. See, I was certain that some of these sounds I was hearing were very familiar to me, and I'm not sure where from, and that was because they were. In my innocence, I failed to realize there was the Cave Dweller mod installed. And for those unaware, the Cave Dweller mod adds a hostile mob that has a very sophisticated AI that stalks and hunts players from a distance, and also reacts to how the player plays the game, and waits for the perfect time the player is in an ideal location to strike. It can also climb through one block holes, so there's no cheesing your way out of it. These screeches I was hearing were the Cave Dweller letting yours truly know that it was on its way, and that I needed to stay the fuck away from caves from now on. If you pay attention to a few of the clips, you can actually see the eyes poking out from across the caverns. I'm not going to let you know which ones, but there's a few, so they're scary as fuck. On my way back up, it let me know that I was in its territory, and I decided not to push my luck anymore. However, as nightfall drew again in my world, I finally mustered the courage to once again delve into the mine, knowing full well I wasn't alone. Also, a thing called a Crimson Moon happens. It also got cancelled for the rain, so I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I just thought I'd let everyone know that. I don't know why. I dug around a bit in search of some kind of diamond so I could free myself, as I'd set the goal of finding diamonds being the one in this episode. The sounds of the Cave Dweller were everywhere. My pants needed changing, but I soldiered on like a brave boy. That was too much fun. Fuck it, I'm leaving it in, fuck you. At this point, I believe the game knew I was getting close to my goal, so everything seemed to be okay for the moment. The game did a little bit of trolling and shot some lightning audios right into my headphones just to keep me on my toes. I kept digging, and the audio grew louder. I could hear walking, then running from the distance, as more and more sounds seemed to be drawing closer to me. And then, finally, this happened. It's fair to say that I was not okay with that encounter. Hearing those running sounds is for sure the scariest shit that a mob could ever fucking do. And I'm so glad that that's over. this was truly nightmare fuel. And I can tell you, dear viewer, that this was the moment I was going to quick save and uninstall. I felt completely fucking hopeless, and as I accepted defeat again, my past worlds flashed before me, and I was not going to lose again. Thank God all of that is over. I can feel like I can finally breathe. Okay, what the actual fuck was that? That's not fucking funny at all. And with that all done, I turned, and like a reward for my bravery, diamonds at my feet. And the nightmare was finally over. Fuck it. This is the last fucking thing I've written in the script. I'm fucking, this is it. One take and I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Not fucking doing it.